back to Table Talk. I'm Andrew, and today we are talking about next step games. These are the games where you go to that next level. You've been playing intro games, gateway games, maybe like Catan, Pandemic, social deduction games like Mafia, Werewolf Resistance, maybe party games like Telestrations, and you want to go to a next level of maybe strategy, maybe story, and maybe experience, and that also requires an extra bit of complexity. That's why I say these are next step. You don't want to start people off with these games or start yourself, but if you're looking for games that have a little more strategy, story, and experience, this is the list for you. Some of my favorite types of games. Let's get to my number 10. You just sit your friends down, you say we're playing Battleship in real life, and it's actually going to be fun. You sit your 4 team members on each team with these dividers in between, and you are actually crew members of opposing submarines. And throughout the game, in which there are no turns, it's all real time in the moment, you're all shouting commands at each other, trying to engineer and pilot and captain and make weapons on your submarine to destroy the other sub. This game is insane, and it sounds like a lot. It can be overwhelming, but I have seen friends that don't even think they can handle this type of game in terms of complexity. And my friend JB, he was like confused as all get out, and then halfway through the game, it just clicked. I'm pretty sure he was drawing pictures at some point as our captain. But he's like, I get it. And he got so excited, and he's like, can we restart? And it's like, no, we're already in the middle of the game. And he actually managed to pilot us to victory. But it was so cool seeing him have that moment where he's like, oh shoot, I actually understand what's going on. And seeing how much of an incredible experience it was for him, thinking he could even handle that complex of a game. And that's what makes this game so great. It's a one-of-a-kind experience playing that real-time, fast-paced, team-on-team Battleship Adventure. That is the one-of-a-kind game, my number 10 next step game, Captain Sonar. My number 9 is an older game that they have brought back in a new edition, and both the old and new game have incredible components and theme. You actually get to build up a 3D Egyptian temple with sphinxes and columns and mosaics, as you try to be the best builder in Cleopatra and the Society of Architects. What I love about this game is it has pretty simple gameplay, but there are so many different decisions you can take of what you build, what cards you take, what materials, as you all together try to build Cleopatra's temple the best. Also, an amazing aspect of this game is you can take corruption, and that might help you out in the short term. But by the end of the game, you might get screwed, as my friend once did when he had the most corruption and actually got fed to the alligators at the end of the game. It's moments like those that make this game and its look so exceptional. If you want to get a game that will impress people by how cool it looks as you get to build this Egyptian structure as a team trying to compete to do it the best, look no further than my number 9 next step game, Cleopatra and the Society of Architects. Number 8 gateway game can be absolutely infuriating, as it was for my friend when his entire ship that he built at the beginning of the game was destroyed, and he actually ended up not just broke, but actually in debt, in negative money by the end of the game. But that's what makes this chaotic game so much fun, and that is Galaxy Trucker. The theme of this game is the intergalactic shipping company has gotten so cheap it just cobbles together pipes and makes the crappiest ships ever, ships out the supplies, and hopes that the ships come back in one piece. So in this game, the first half, you're in real time going to be building a ship. Hopefully that it actually makes sense, it actually holds together, and at most, it maybe helps you on your adventure shipping out into the galaxy. Because the second half, you actually go out on that adventure and you reveal these cards, and almost all of them are bad things that happen to your ship as it gets hit by meteors or space pirates, and pieces are falling off your ship, you're losing crew members, and you're just hoping to make it to the end with your ship, any part of it intact, and maybe make a little money on the side. This game is one of a kind in that you get to build this ship, which is awesome, but it's real time. You're just picking tiles, trying to put together as fast as possible, and then that experience of seeing your ship get blown to bits. So don't play this game with any tryhards or people that are going to freak out when their entire construction gets destroyed, as has happened before. But just play it with people that want to try to do their best on making the ship and have a good time in the hilarious adventure of seeing all your guys' ships get blown to bits. This is the one-of-a-kind game, Galaxy Trucker, my number 8 next step game. Number 7 next step game is one of the most thematic games ever. You will actually feel like these characters in the movie, but you will make your own twist on the classic movies you've watched growing up, and that is Disney Villainous. In this game, you actually take the role of the Disney villain trying to defeat the heroes and their pesky allies. So in this game, you are the villain. The heroes and their allies are now the enemy that are interfering with what you're doing as you try to meet your villainous plan. And what I love about this game is it has incredible art and cards and theme, as it makes you actually feel like you're trying to accomplish the villainous plot from that villain in that Disney movie. As maybe you're Yzma trying to find Cusco, or maybe you are the evil queen just trying to poison legit everybody. I had a moment when I was evil queen, and I think I literally poisoned every dwarf, and I was like, you know what, this would have made Snow White a little more interesting. But it's moments like those, or maybe you're Jafar in Aladdin, or Hades in Hercules, where you get to take these classic Disney movies we've loved and actually get to execute a strategy as the villain. And what's so cool about this game is every villain plays a little differently. The rules are the same for everyone, but how you go about accomplishing your goal, playing your cards, and adjusting the locations on your board is totally unique to that villain. That's what makes it a little more complex. I wouldn't introduce people to this, but if they are a Disney fan, it is sure to be one to check out. Make sure to only play with like 2 or 3. Maybe put some Disney music on in the background and get into that theme, and that will make it an incredible thematic experience. And my number 6 next step game, Disney Villainous. My number 6 next step game is incredible as it brings Mad Max to the tabletop. It is called Thunder Road Vendetta. In this game, you are taking teams of cars trying to race down a roadway and just trying to blow up legit everybody and make it to the end alive. This game is just so much fun. It may not be the most strategic, but there is still a strategy as you're rolling to shoot each other, go off ramps, throw each other into toxic goo, slam each other into a mountain, all sorts of things as you either try to be the last car standing or the one to the finish when someone else's cars completely collapse. This game has led to incredible moments like me playing with 2 of my teacher friends, and we thought it was going to be a race to the finish, and all of a sudden everyone's cars died in the final round except one, and he managed to take the victory out. This game is explosive, chaotic, fun, and an awesome battling race. That is Thunder Road Vendetta, my number 6 next step game. Number 5 is another racing game, but more pure racing as you are taking cars and laying down your cards to try to race to the end the quickest, and that is Heat, Pedal to the Metal. This game has incredible art and really makes you feel like a high-speed racer as you're trying to push it, but not too much that you go around that turn too fast and spit out or have too much heat and your engine explodes. So I love this game because it's actually quick and easy. It makes it still seem like a race. It's not overly complex like some racing games, but there's that additional level of strategy of how you're controlling your car. There's plenty of different maps and variants you can add in to mix it up with weather or make it a championship racing tournament. And all of these things make Heat an exceptional next step game, and my number 5 on today's list. My number 4 is a game called Skate Summer, and it brings that Tony Hawk Pro Skater vibe to the tabletop as you are racing around a skating paradise trying to pick up letters and new upgrades and crates and bells and all of these things to score the most points by the end. It's ultimately just trying to collect points, but it's amazing how it works as you actually have a skateboard where you play tricks out, trying to balance and earn the most upgrades while also trying not to absolutely fall at the end. As you roll these dice to see which direction you go, and you never want to go too far or you'll end up bailing out and failing the trick. I love this game because it brings that skating magic, but there's so many different ways to score, and the incredible art and production makes it a super fun, actually Euro game with almost a ton of theme in that point scoring way. That is my number 4 next step game, Skate Summer. My number 3 next step game is an amazing game if you like games like Risk growing up back in the day, where you're trying to take over certain areas of the map and destroy each other along the way, and that is Mission Red Planet. This game, you have a collection of 9 different ability cards with different people that let you do different things depending on which one you play. In this game, everyone counts down like a rocket. You put out which character card you're playing that turn, and it lets you load astronauts into your rockets, send them off to Mars, move them around the map, shoot each other, take each other out, or even explode rocket ships that a bunch of your friends have put their astronauts on. The goal of this game is to get the most points by the end of the game by collecting those resources and having most control over the territories on Mars. It is chaotic, it is fun, and it is relatively simple to pick up, making it a great next step game. That is Mission Red Planet. The number 2 next step game is a stone cold classic in the board game world, and that is Seven Wonders. In this game, it is drafting, so you get a hand of cards, you pick one and pass it on, and then pick one, pass it on. And in this game, you are actually building up your own civilization through 3 ages and trying to be the one with the most points by the end of the game. What's cool about this is you can play out resource cards, military cards, science cards, politics cards, and craft your own civilization how you want to craft it. You can look at what other people are doing and try to take cards they need, or pick a card you want and hope another card makes you around by the end of the game. What I love about this game is it can play 3 to 7 and is just as quick anyway, because you're simply just passing around those cards, taking one, but it leads to so much strategy as by the end of the game you have this massive board state that you've created your very own civilization. And I've seen friends absolutely love that by the end of the game and ask for it to be played again and again and again. That is my number 2 next step game, Seven Wonders. Before I get to my number 1 game, I want to thank my sponsor of today's video, and that is the game Memoir. The game Memoir is an incredible gift if you are looking to get something special for someone you love that really, really loves board games. It has an incredible, sleek, and personalized design that looks great on a coffee table, game table, or living room table and fits just in with other very attractive looking books. What's cool about this though is it gives you plenty of space to record all of those memories and moments you've had in gaming. You can record your own scores, you can record pictures, inside jokes, moments that happen, and this gives you plenty of space to do it in an incredible looking design that will give you a memoir to remember all of those gaming memories. You can find one in the link below. Thank you so much for sponsoring today's video, and let's get to my number 1. My number 1 next step game is Zombicide. I have Marvel Zombies behind me. You can find Zombicide Wild West, Zombicide Medieval, Zombicide Sci-Fi, pretty much any type you want to find. And what I love about this game is it's cooperative as you try to take zombie survivors and survive these oncoming hordes of zombies. And what makes this game so great is those decisions you make as a group of survivors of what weapons you're trying to pick up, how you're going to get certain objectives, which zombies you choose to take out. And what's great about this game is you build up your power, getting more and more powerful to the point where people just want to keep taking turns so they can use their super overpowered weapons. But sometime, like what happened to my friend Tanner, you'll get so caught up destroying zombies that you actually get destroyed yourself, because as you power up, so do the zombies as waves and waves and waves start coming at you guys. You just try to defeat and end the mission. Zombicide has led to some of the greatest moments and stories I have in board games, and that's what makes it my number 1 next step game. So that's it for today. Check me out on OFPG Voices as we are trying to, as a collaborative group of creators, spread diversity and love and family in the hobby. With all that being said, guys, I'm going to catch you guys on the flip side.